In this two-season climate, along coastlines, muddy rivers and rich open floodplains, indigenous and migrating waterbirds flourish in flocks of thousands. It is of little surprise that the wetlands of the Northern Territory are popular with dedicated birdwatchers and naturalists. To witness the spectacle of thousands of exotic and intriguing birds descending upon the shallow waters makes a journey into the remote areas worthwhile. John McKean is a man for whom the varied and wondrous bird life of the wetlands region is a source of constant enchantment. His extended visits to the major bird life refuges throughout Australia and the world span many years.
I sort of started bird watching when I was about 5. That was 40 years ago, and I've been at it ever since. I worked as a professional biologist with CSIRO for many years, very enjoyable years, and I've been with the Conservation Commission. Now I'm freelancing.
John's expertise is born of a lifelong love and fascination for the feathered creatures. Years of observation and study enables him to predict and trace possible developments and changes within the bird colonies and their top-end habitat. For this reserved man, the wetlands east of Darwin provides an immense variety of bird life to observe and enjoy.
I do two things really, make a living. I act as a biological consultant, and the government or engineers and so on might consult me about environmental effects before they start projects. And the other thing is getting to lots of different places. I gathered expertise over the years, so I'm in fair demand for showing naturalists and bird watchers specific birds and animals that they might want to see. So I do a tour business. I take Australians overseas sometimes, and sometimes a lot of overseas people come to visit us here in the Northern Territory.
By mid-morning, the raucous communal chorus that greeted the dawn has diminished to an incessant murmur that will continue through the day. Yet to this strange vocal accompaniment is a spectacle of elegant beauty of pure form and colour, one of wildlife's most theatrical displays. There are species of waterbirds found here and nowhere else, and others that reside only during certain months before making long flights to grounds elsewhere in the world. A peaceful, natural wonderland it may seem at first, but idyllic it is not. For even during the heat of the day, the vigilance of the bird population is never relaxed. There is always movement, stately and graceful, and the daily pattern of feeding and gathering continues, whilst on the water's surface, ducks and cormorants indulge in a territorial comedy.
In this area, there are quite a variety of species. In the Territory, there are 400 different species of birds, give or take a few. One of the birds we've seen here is the pied goose. Now, pied goose are a bit of a problem when the rice industry was trying to get off the ground here. They descend in large numbers on the rice and caused quite a bit of damage. However, we found it's uneconomical to grow rice in the Northern Territory, so it doesn't matter. Other birds we've seen have been the ducks, the grey teal, which wanders all over Australia, one of the great nomads. And the Burdekin duck, which is a local species, rather tame and hence totally protected and not on the game hunting list. Green pygmy geese, pretty little things, which we saw them sitting on the water pecking at the floating seeds of the water lilies. 2 fish-eating species, the darter, which is the fellow with the long neck. Look, some people call him snakebird because of that neck. And the little black cormorant, which was harassing the Burdekin ducks. 2 birds were the spoonbills with the spoon-shaped bill, which sift little organisms out of the water for their tucker, and the straw-necked ibis, which has got a curved bill and is more of a prober. Another bird was the pied heron, which had that little crest at the back of its head, indicating it was in breeding plumage.
The sight of these beautiful birds prosperously surviving in their thousands belies the fact that their numbers are in danger of diminishing. The wetlands is a complex wilderness, delicately balanced and sensitive to man's interference and invasion.
If you have a car like this, or